Hello students, this is Rakesh Kumar Meena, Assistant Professor at Government College Rajgarh, and today I will teach you the poem Christabel. In my previous video, we have covered the first 57 lines of this poem. So in this video lecture, we will start from line number 58 of the beautiful poem Christabel written by S.T. Coleridge. And the poet writes in line number 58 and its own words. There she sees a damsel bright, dressed in silken robe of white, that shadowy in the moonlight shone. The neck that made that white robe wane, her stately neck and arms were bare, her blue veined feet unsandaled were, and widely glittered here and there the gems entangled in her hair. I guess it was frightful there to see a lady so richly clad as she, beautiful exceedingly. Mary Mother, save me now, and who art thou? In these lines, there are some difficult word meanings, and which are their meanings is damsel bright means a bright maiden, robe means dress, shadowy means shone dimly in the moonlight, wan means pale, blue wine veined means blue veins, unsandaled without sandals, widely with great lustre means frightful means caging fear, entangled means interwoven. And now the explanation of these lines. Christabel, see under the oak tree a beautiful maiden dressed in white silken robes that shine in the dim moonlight. Her neck is so milky white that her white dress looks pale in comparison with it. Her magnificently beautiful neck and her arms are bare. Her feet are so white that the blue veins in them are easily visible, and she is without sandals at that time. She wears in her hair gems that has glittered here and there. I think that the sight of such a lady, so beautiful and dresses in such brilliant robes, must have been very dreadful. Actually, the poet wants to say that Christabel must have been frightened on seeing a lady so richly dressed and of such a rare beauty there at that hour of the night. Christabel has prayed in her mind and then asked her who she is. Further, the poet writes in this poem The lady strange made answer meet, and her voice was faint and sweet. Have pity on my sure distress. I scarce can speak for weariness. Stretch forth thy hand and have no fear, said Christabel. How camest thou here? And the lady, whose voice was faint and sweet, did thus pursue her answer meet. The difficult word meanings of these lines are that meet means proper, sure means great, scarce means hardly, weariness feeling tired, stretch forth, spread out. So, in these lines, the poet H.T. Coleridge wants to say that in a hollow and ghost like and sweet voice, the lady Geraldine gave the answer which is appropriate to the occasion. I appeal to you to take pity upon me. I am a distressed lady and I am in a sad plight. I am tired and so can hardly talk or speak. Extend your hand and be not afraid of me. Christabel asks her how she has come there, and the lady, who has been interrupted in her speech, speaks in a faint and sweet voice. Her reply is suitable to the occasion. Next, the poet writes in this poem, my shire is of a noble line, and my name is Geraldine. 5 warriors seized me yestermorn, me, even me, a maid forlorn. They choked my crisis with force and fright, and tied me on a palfrey white. The palfrey was as fleet as wind, and they rode furiously behind. The word meanings of these lines are shire means father, yestermorn last morning, a maid forlorn means helpless maiden, choked means stopped, fright means fear, palfrey means horse, fleet means swift. So, in these lines, the poets actually want to say is that the lady answers to Christabel, my name is Geraldine, and we are descended from a noble stock, from a noble family. 5 men has armed with weapons of war laid hands upon me, a weak and helpless woman, and is so forcefully gagged my mouth at the point of the bayonet, thus preventing me from raging cries for help. They tied my hand and foot on a white saddle horse. The 5 warriors rode white horses at full speed in order to keep close to my horse, which ran as swift as the wind. So, in these lines, the lady Geraldine is replying to Christabel regarding his plighted present condition and his family details. Further, the poet writes from line number 86. The poet writes, They spurred, their steeds were white, and once we crossed the shade of night. As sure as heaven shall rescue me, I have no thought what man they be, nor do I know how long it is since one the tallest of the five took me from the palfrey's back, a weary woman scarce alive. Some muttered words his comrades spoke. He placed me underneath this oak. He swore they would return with haste. Whither they went, I cannot tell. I thought I heard some minutes past sounds of a castle bell. Stretch forth thy hand and help a wretched maid to flee. And the word meanings of these lines are spurred means with power made the horse move with the spurs. Shade of night, darkness of night. So in these lines, the poets wants to say that the lady Gallandine speak further to Christabel that I have a faint recollection that we journeyed also for a few hours at night, beside journeying throughout the day. May God never forgive me if I tell a lie. I have not the least idea who those men were, nor do I remember how long I have been here, since I was in a state of unconsciousness. One of those five warriors, who is the tallest, helped me get down from the white horse on which I am riding. At that time, I was feeling so weird, both in spirit and in my body, that I had appeared I had no life in me. His companions have uttered a few words which was not intelligible to me. I cannot understand those words. The tallest warrior has seated me under this oak tree. He promised on his honor that all of them will come back very soon. I cannot say where they have gone. I fancy that a few minutes ago there fell on my ears the sound of a castle bell ringing. Extend your hand and help me, a miserable lady, run away from the clutches of ruffians. Next, Coleridge writes in this poem, then Christabel stretched forth her hand and comforted fair Geraldine. O well, bright dame, may you command the service of Sir Leoline, and gladly our stout chivalry will he send forth and friends withal to guide and guard you safe and free home to your noble father's hall. And the difficult word meanings of these lines are stout chivalry means in the Middle Ages every noble man had his own band of knights. Vidal means together with. Fourth, means onward. Hall means a big house of nobleman. And the explanation of these lines is that Coleridge says, on hearing the pathetic tale of the strange lady Geraldine, Christabel moved with pity with her. She gives her hand to Geraldine and consoles her. Then she say to her soothingly, O beautiful lady, all the things that we have are at your disposal. Sir Leoline and all his brave knights will be at your service. He will send them and his other friends with you to see you back safe in your noble father's house. Christabel failed to see any evil design behind the proposal of Geraldine to help her. Her miserable plight arouses sympathies of Christabel, and as a high-born lady, she offers her courtesy and sympathy to Geraldine. Thus, in these lines, we get a good insight into the delicate inborn kindness of Christabel and the readiness with which she extends her sympathy to someone in misery to help the lady Geraldine. And with this, it is the end of this video lecture. In my next videos, we will carry on the remaining parts of this poem, Christabel, composed by Coleridge. Thank you.